Hello everyone, today's book is called Fall Weather, Cooler Temperatures. This book is by Martha E.H. Rustad and illustrated by Amanda Enright. Right now where I live, we're still waiting on that cooler weather for fall. I don't know about you, but it's still pretty warm here and I can't wait for the cooler temperatures. And to cool down. Here's our table of contents. It tells us which page each topic will be on. Chapter 1, Fall begins. Whoosh! Wind blows colorful leaves across the yard. Fall weather is here. We grab our jackets, we go outside to rake, we jump in the leaf pile, and the leaves fly up. This leaf says fall and autumn are names for the same season. People call the season fall because leaves fall from the trees this time of year. Yeah, so maybe you've heard people say autumn or fall. Both are correct. Same season. So the leaves are falling from the trees. Today, our class celebrates the first day of fall. Every year, fall begins on September 22nd or 23rd. People call this day the fall equinox. On the equinox, day and night are the same length. Day lasts about 12 hours. Night lasts about 12 hours too. So it's kind of even. Half day, half night on the fall equinox. So it looks like they're having a little celebration. This leaf says the word equinox means equal night. Well, there you go. That makes sense. Everything's equal. So this clock says from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. it's daytime. From 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. it's nighttime. And those might not be the exact hours, but that's kind of giving you an idea of that it's 12 hours of light and 12 hours of night. During fall, each day is a little shorter than the day before. Every morning, the sun rises later. Every night, the sun sets earlier. Less daylight brings cooler weather. It says fall ends on December 21st or 22nd. We call the first day of winter the winter solstice. It's the shortest day and longest night of the year. So that's when we have the least amount of sunshine on winter equinox. So winter solstice, in between the fall equinox to the winter solstice, each day is getting just a little bit shorter as we reach toward the shortest day of the year in winter time in December. Chapter 2, Changing Weather. Throughout fall, we feel the weather change from warm to cold. Our part of the planet gets the most sunlight during summer. It gets the least during winter. Fall weather feels cooler than summer weather. Fall weather feels warmer than winter weather. So it's sort of, if you had a spectrum, summer would be the warmest, winter would be the coldest, and fall is kind of somewhere in between. It's not super cold, not super hot. It's kind of in between. And some days might feel a little bit warmer, some days might feel a little bit cooler. There's a spectrum there. So this is true for the part of the world that the United States of America is in. Other parts of the world on the southern hemisphere experience cooler weather during what we would call summer and experience warmer summer-like weather during what we would call winter. They're opposite. This leaf says, animals notice cooler weather too. They get ready for winter during fall. Some animals grow thicker coats, or for other animals hide food so that you can eat it later. So you've probably seen some squirrels gathering acorns and other food, digging little holes and burying it. That's so that they have food to eat during winter. Fall weather changes from day to day. We check the weather each morning to decide what to wear. In September, we wear light jackets. In October, we may put on hats. By November, we might need warm coats and mittens. Yep, so fall is one day feels chilly and you're wearing pants and a sweater. The other day is hot and you're wearing your shorts and t-shirt again. And as we go through the months, the temperatures start to decrease. So maybe a light jacket or sweater is just fine in September, but by November, you're going to need a coat, hats, and mittens. This leaf says, meteorologists are scientists. They study weather and predict the weather every day. Yeah, so maybe you've watched a news broadcast and tuned into the weather, or your parents have, so that they can help you decide what to wear that day or tomorrow. Because, it can be a changing thing. Weather changes day to day. Chapter 3, Weather Chart. Our class is making a weather chart this fall. Every day we look at the rain gauge. We write down how much rain fell. Every day we look at the thermometer. We write down the temperature. So they're writing a little chart. They're taking in data to study the trends. This is a rain gauge. See how much water it is. This is a thermometer to see how hot it is. So they're studying the weather in fall. This leaf says some places have a rainy season during fall. People in these places carry umbrellas to wear rain jackets nearly every day. So some places in fall the weather is quite rainy. So you have to prepare for that. Often we experience hurricane season during fall as well. Some days we write down warm temperatures. Some days we write down cool temperatures. As the weeks pass, we make an observation. The temperature is going down. So each single day might be a little bit different, but they're noticing that the trend of the line is going downward. So it's trending downward. The temperatures are starting higher and they're getting cooler. Great observation, class. This leaf says, an observation is something you see or learn after carefully studying something else. Yeah, great work, little scientists. We compare our chart with charts from classes in other places. Our class has warmer weather. Another class has more rain. So they're comparing how the temperature or the weather is like where they live, but they're talking to classes in maybe different states or maybe different parts of the city or parts of the state or different parts of the country and seeing what's different about our weather. And they're saying, well, we were warmer than some and some people have more rain than us. So the weather isn't the same across the whole country. It changes depending on where you live. My class has snow in the fall. Weather is different from place to place. Yeah. Have you ever had a fall snowstorm? Sometimes where I live, which is in the Midwest, it can snow even before Halloween, which is a little bit of a surprise. But then the snow melts and we get warm days again. It's up and down. This leaf says some parts of Earth do not have fall weather. The weather around the middle of Earth is nearly the same all year. So the closer you are to the equator, they don't get those extremely cold winters. They don't get fall because weather kind of stays the same all year round. Chapter 4, Fall Ends. Fall is nearly over now. We wear heavy coats to stay warm outside. We see frost on the grass some mornings. Soon snowflakes fly through the air. Winter is almost here. Yeah, so often you might get snow even before the true winter equinox, which isn't until December 21st or 2nd. And so towards the end of fall, it really feels like what we would call winter. This is how to make a rain gauge. So here's some directions on how you can make your own rain gauge to measure how much rainfall there is. Here's a glossary. Autumn is the season between summer and winter. The season is also called fall. Equinox, the date when day and night are each 12 hours long. The spring equinox is March 19th or 20th, and the fall equinox is September 22nd or 23rd. Observation, something you see or learn when you study something carefully. Rain gauge, a tool that catches and measures the amount of precipitation that falls. Temperature, how hot or cold something is. And thermometer, a tool that measures how hot or cold something is. So those are some definitions for the words. Here we have books and websites you can visit or read to learn more. And an index which gives you the page number for a specific topic. Well, Fall weather is my favorite weather. I like it when it's not too hot, not too cold, just right, like Goldilocks. And it's the time of year that I like to spend the most time outside enjoying that fall weather. And it's a little bit unpredictable, so always check to see what the weather is going to bring you each week. And whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it. Go out and enjoy that fall weather. Thanks for reading and learning with me. I hope you have a terrific day. See you soon.